How are you today? Good evening, Penny.
Hello, good
Good
evening.
evening. Yeah, good to hear you, Dr. Rose. Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay, so shall we start?
Yeah, we can see you as well. Yeah, thank you. Yes, we can. We can start now.
Okay, let me just adjust the volume. Is my audio okay? Can you
Yeah,
hear?
audio, video, both of them are very good.
Oh, perfect. Right. So a pleasant evening to everyone, especially to Venerable Benny. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I hope everybody are doing good. How is everybody?
Yes, me is very good. Enid is very good. Thank you for asking. How about yourself?
It's okay. Yes.
Cannot
Yeah.
wait every Friday evening. Yeah, we can have your lessons. Yeah, we can have your lectures.
So it is very good that at least we can see, even if the distance is very far, at least we have chance to see each other online. Okay, so let
Yes,
me,
yes, exactly.
okay, so let's start. This is the continuation of the topic that we discussed last time. So
Mm-hmm.
the whole topic is about mental health, and we finished with the tree poison, right? And then last time we talked about the stress from the um, psychological perspective, specifically the Western teaching. And then for tonight, as I promised to you that I will going to discuss, or we will going to talk about stress from the Buddhist teaching, or this time in the Buddhist teaching. So I'm very sure you have many ideas. You have many ideas than me about the teaching or about stress in Buddhist teaching. Have you heard about this or have you studied this before?
Yeah, there are many visitors with the requirement on stress to our office and to seek for some uh, deep dive on this and to solve the mental health issue. So yeah, Dr. Rose, can you hear us? Can you hear me clearly?
First from the mind or to the brain, and then followed to the body. In other words, um, when the mind is affected, the body or the physical body is also affected. So that's why it is very important that we know or we understand our feelings, our emotion, what is going on inside. Because it's very difficult to explain what is going on inside, right? It's very difficult. Of course, it's so easy to say what is happening outside, like in the environment. If we see the sun is up, oh, we know that it's a very good weather. Oh, if it is it's very hot, right? But if the cloud is dark, we can predict that maybe later there will be rain. So, in other words, the external is very easy, or shall we say it's easy to say on what is going on outside, but inside it's very difficult to say. Okay, so we were going to talk about the stress in terms of the middle way of stress. So there are three roads, as you can see, right? This is the right, this is the middle, this is the left. Okay, so we were going to talk about the middle way of stress. Okay, so let's talk about the experiences of stress. So just like last time or last Friday, we said that the stress is like it's an emotion. It will give us a negative emotion. It is unpleasant sensation. When we say unpleasant, of course, it's not good. We feel bad, or even sometimes we feel overwhelmed. It's like a sinking ship, drowning. Okay. It's like you are pushed to the limit, like no way out, because there are some stress or stressful situation that really pushes us. It's like no way out or simply freeze. I know you are very familiar with the feeling or what is the feeling during winter, right? How is the winter in how is the winter in Darwin? Is it very cold or not so cold? Hello,
Hello,
can you hear
can you
me?
hear me? Yeah,
Yep.
I can hear you. How about your? How about you? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So the weather in Darwin is very, very hot all the year round, just like the tropical, yeah, tropical area. Um,
Oh, really? So no winter? You don't
no
experience winter
winter.
in.
Just two seasons,
Oh,
and the dry season and the rainy season.
okay. So there are only two seasons. It's just like
Mm.
my country.
Yeah,
We
like
have
your
only
country. Yeah.
yes, because the Darwin is on the upper part, right? If we look at the map, the Darwin is on the upper part, very near
Mhm.
to Indonesia.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And especially, yes, Indonesia, very near, close to that.
So it's like it's so easy for you to visit Indonesia, and the Indonesian people can also easily visit Darwin. Okay, all right. So but you were able to experience winter in Taiwan or in China before. Hello, is there a problem with my sound or with my audio? Can you hear me? Hello, hello, hello.
Yes. Hello, Rose. Yeah, we
Yeah,
can
is
hear
there
you
a problem?
clearly. No
Is there a problem?
problem.
No problem.
No. Yes.
Oh,
Internet is here. Yes.
okay. All right.
Yes.
So,
Okay.
okay, I'll just continue. Okay, so yeah, sometimes a stressful situation give us a feeling of like freezing. When we say freeze or freezing, it's like the feeling of you cannot move your body. Isn't it during winter season? Because I also I also experienced winter in Taiwan. Um, the very cold temperature is like 8 degrees. That was the very cold. That was very cold for me. I got rushes actually. And then when I was
Oh,
in Sydney, Yeah, when I was in Sydney, it was also very, very cold.
Oh yes, Sydney. I think is very warm, right? And sorry about the cyclone. And just now, we talk about the weather. The bad weather has come in Darwin currently, and the cyclone, cyclone.
Yeah,
So the
yes.
so electricity has been cut off. I just use my phone. Sorry about that.
Oh, really? Oh, sorry. Sorry.
So
I
we just talk about the weather. So the bad weather has come now.
timely. Very timely, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I just thought that I have problem with my sound in this computer. Please tell me if there is a problem with my audio so I can
No, it's very good.
yeah. So
Your audio is very
now
good.
you are okay, good. Thank you. Now you're experiencing cyclone in Darwin.
Yeah, cyclone.
Oh, okay.
Just
So
just
is there
like yeah, big storm
storm? Mm,
and
okay.
also yeah, big wind, heavy wind,
Wave, wave.
wind, wind,
Okay.
windy,
Strong
wind.
wind.
Yeah, very strong.
Wow. So it's cool. It's cool. In my place now, it's very hot. You ask me what is the temperature? It's more than
Yeah,
40 sometimes.
yeah, really.
Shucks, it's so hot. 40. Okay, anyway. So
Yeah,
these are and the last one is of course the elevate anxiety. So these are some of the shall we say expression of stress or some of the things that we feel when we are experiencing stress or when we are in a stressful situation. All right. So I don't know if you are familiar with Nagaruna. Nagaruna. Did I pronounce it right? Nagarunya. Nagar Buddhist. It's a Buddhist philosopher. Are you familiar?
yeah,
Are you? Okay, good. So, Nagaruna talks about or thought about hope and fear. So it's like the eight worldly concerns, and these are hope for happiness, fear of suffering, hope for fame, fear of insignificance, hope for praise, fear of blame, hope for gain, and fear of loss. When we say hope, what do we mean? Hope is like a chance, right? If you are in a difficult situation, you are hoping that it will stop soon. Or let's say, for instance, now you are experiencing a strong cyclone or maybe typhoon in Darwin.
yeah,
So you are experiencing very strong, maybe rain, strong wind. And if this harm or damage some of the things that we are using in our daily life, like for instance, it sometimes it will cut the energy or the electricity, or it will destroy some plants because a very strong wind sometimes it will destroy some plants, right? Or some
yes,
trees. Yes. And then if it is really strong, people cannot go out of their house, so they cannot go to work. So it's like we are hoping We are hoping. Sometimes when we hope, we are also saying we hope and pray that this bad weather will stop soon. So it's like when we say hope, it's like we are looking or waiting for a chance, for a good chance. Do you understand?
Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah. So we are hoping. So every time we are experiencing a difficult situation, whatever it is, we are hoping. We are hoping that this difficult situation or stressful situation will stop immediately as soon as possible. Even if sometimes if it is just a simple headache, if the person is suffering from headache, of course, it is difficult to work, right? Or let's say
Yeah,
at night you want to sleep, those who are suffering from migraine. You know what is migraine? Migraine
so
is a severe
migraine.
headache. Migraine, Migrine. Migraine. It's a
M I
severe headache.
M I
Sorry, I cannot. Wait.
M I C R
Migraine,
I N
M-I,
migraine. Oh yeah,
M-I,
migraine. Yes.
migraine. Yeah, sorry, I cannot see the chat box because my screen is projecting the PowerPoint. So just in case there are comments in the chat box, please help me.
Actually, yeah, actually no, and they just talk about what you are teaching and such as translation.
You okay? So when some people are really suffering from migraine. I remember I have some classmates before. They are suffering from. Some of them are suffering from migraine, and I have one particular classmate. Every time she's suffering from migraine, she cannot go to school. She cannot go to school because at night she cannot sleep. It's very difficult. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
there are medicine. There are medicine to manage the migraine, that kind of headache. But of course, the effect of medicine is not fast. So that's why they have to endure the pain, even even a stomach pain. Yes, it is good that there are some medicine, especially the Western medicine, which have more chemicals. That's why
Yes.
that's why Chinese herbal medicine are very good. Traditional medicine are very good because there
Yes.
are no harmful chemicals that will destroy the body.
Yeah.
Yes. So, yeah. So every time a person is suffering a stressful situation, there is a hope. Except that, of course, if the stressful situation is very long, I mean, the person who are or who is experiencing a stressful situation had been in that situation for a long, long time. Sometimes they are losing hope, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
So, like for instance, um, your life situation, let's say there are some people who are born poor and then they remain poor until they get old. Well, of course, partly um, they need to do something to be able to get out of that not so good situation, right?
Yes.
Or they should do something to get out of that stressful situation. Now, if they believe that they did something to improve their life, but still their life is not improving, so most probably they will lose hope. They will lose hope. What will remain is fear. Okay? We know what is fear, right? Fear is something that we don't like, afraid, something that we are afraid of, fear. So that's why these two are opposite. In other words, when people lose hope, what will remain is fear. Or even sometimes, if you still remember, last Friday, we discussed about the the fight and flight situation. You remember? It's either you will fight or you will flight. When we say flight, you will run away because you cannot face the problem. You cannot manage the situation, you cannot face or you cannot manage, you cannot resolve the stressful situation. What will happen or what will you do? You choose to flight rather than to fight. Because when we choose to fight, we face the stressful situation. In other words, it's like we promise to ourselves that I will I can manage this. I will win over this. But when you decided to fly, it means that you surrender. You cannot do anything about it. So when people lose hope, what will remain is fear. Or sometimes others, they will just surrender. Okay. So, yeah. So, the Buddhist philosopher Una, Nagarjuna talked about this hope and fear, or this is what we called eight worldly concern. Okay, now let's dig deeper on this. Okay, so when we have hope, we are trying to hold to something and we try to get rid of others. Get rid. When we say get rid of others, that is, we are trying to remove them, remove them, maybe remove them in our life. Okay. But when we hold, it's like a situation. If the situation is pleasant, happy situation, we try to hold on. Anything that we give us happiness, or shall we say happy situation, we hold on. When we hold, it means we are trying to be in that situation for the longest time, for a long time, as much as possible. But the situation is not good. We want to get rid of it. So hold to something and get rid of others in an endless and stressful struggle. Endless. What is endless? Endless is no stop, no end. I mean, no end, endless. Struggle. Struggle is difficulties. Okay. So let's start with the first or one of the eight worldly concern, which is happiness versus suffering. This is pleasure versus pain. Do you believe that if there's a pleasure, there's a pain? Do you agree with that? If there is happiness, there is suffering. Do you agree with that? Hello? Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes. we can hear
Yes.
you.
Right.
Dr. Rose, yes,
Yes.
because I'm very sorry. Maybe because the internet you need is get off the mic, so we can hear you.
Oh,
Yes,
you cannot hear me?
yes, yes, we can hear you clearly.
Oh, okay, good, good, good.
Yeah,
Um,
thank you.
just
Yes,
tell me if
just
you cannot.
yes,
Yeah,
about
yeah.
your question, I think so. I believe if there is if we have the hope, have the crave, then it will cause some suffering.
Thank you. All
Yes,
right.
yes.
Okay.
Let's continue to your speaking. Yeah, thank you.
Yes. Um, in this life, we cannot avoid these two, happiness and suffering. That's why sometimes there are some people they are not so happy even if they are supposed to be happy. Why? Because they are thinking that after the happiness there is suffering. So it's like people are not very happy even if they are supposed to be happy because they are thinking of the suffering. Because these two, I mean, our life in this world is really, there are times happiness, and there will also be time wherein we will suffer. So when we say happiness, this is about things that give us joy, pleasure. And when we say suffering, of course, this is a pain. And we hope for happiness. We we hope for happiness. We want happiness. Of course, everybody are hoping for happiness. Nobody wants to suffer. If we can just remove all the suffering in this world so that everybody will be very happy, maybe we will do it as soon as possible, right? Yes,
Yes,
because we want
absolutely.
people happy. Yes, that's right. So we hope for happiness, but once we have it, fear arises. This is what I am telling a while ago. So sometimes we cannot really express our happiness because we might think that this happiness, after this happiness, there is suffering. It's just like when will not remain with you, will not stay with you for the rest of your life because that person is not really, I mean, have their own family, have their own place. So in other words, you cannot be together all the time. So when the time comes that you need to depart, that's the suffering. That's the pain. Have you experienced that? Especially if the friendship is really good. I mean, the friendship is really deep. It's like you are like brothers and sister or more than brothers and sister. You are very close. So every time you are together, you are very happy. And then by the time that you will separate, meaning the situation demanded that one of you will go back to their own place. So that is the pain will start. So that's why we hope for happiness. But once we have it, we are afraid that we might lost it. Okay? So that's why
Yes,
pleasure, yeah, we cannot avoid some people when they are experiencing pleasure or happiness, they are associating it also with pain. Another example is, let's say, a person, a businessman who became very successful in their business, and then all of a sudden they lost their success because they had been in a very comfortable life. They are very afraid to lose that. So once they lose their business, they lost money. When they lost their money, what will happen? That is the start of suffering, the pain. That's why if you will analyze, why is it that very rich people like Elon Musk, Elon Musk,
Yes, I know it.
Elon
We know.
Musk is,
Yes.
yes. Um, do you consider him as very successful businessman?
Yes, I think so.
Yes, right? Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, yes, we believe, normal people like us, we believe that some successful people are very happy and they are very comfortable in their life because maybe they are really happy. They want to protect their happiness, so they work hard. They work really, really hard because they want to continue the joy, I mean, the happiness the comfort in their life. They want to continue to experience the comfort of their life. So they work very hard. They work very hard. Without us knowing that when they work, of course, there's a pain. It's like some of the people who are hardworking, very hardworking people, sometimes they don't sleep at night to finish the job, to finish the things that they need to do.
Yes.
Okay, so that's the pain. So that's why if there is a pleasure, there is a pain. Okay, but don't worry, we're going to elaborate more on this later. Okay, so second
Yeah.
is fame. Fame versus insignificance. What is fame? Fame is like famous artists, singers, dancers, actors, actress. There are a lot, right? So fame, the opposite, or the other the other word that we can, oh yeah, maybe we can just say the opposite is insignificance. Insignificance is like um, you are not important anymore. In the life of an artist, when they reach the top, when they reach the top, I mean, the success, once they are on top, what is next? You have to prepare, you have to go down. You have to go down. So that is insignificance. So everybody are rushing to reach the top, racing. Everybody are very busy because they want to be successful. They want to be on top.
Yes.
And then the opposite, which is the hungry for confirmation, insignificance. Insignificance is like when people, this is very common among people who are on their retirement age, wherein they cannot work anymore because, well, for some country, even if they are even if they already reach the age of retirement, like 60 years old, in my country, it's 60, the time of retirement. Um, well, of course, in other country, they can still work. Um, m- During the time of old age, many people, many people, they feel that they are not important anymore. They are not important. So they consider themselves as insignificance, not important. Insignificance is hungry for confirmation. Nobody nobody is telling them because they are already old. Nobody is telling them that they are very smart, that they are like a master because they are very good, they are very intelligent, they are exceptional. Okay? So because they are old, they are hungry for confirmation. But then we have to be careful. I mean, what I'm trying to say is that we are not supposed to reach the age of retirement to experience the insignificance. Sometimes young people are also experiencing insignificance. You get that? Even in class, let's say in your first year, you are very, very famous because you are on the top of your class. On the second year, still, you are on the top of your class. But then, by the time that you are third year or fourth year, you are not anymore on top of your class because some of your classmates replace you. They are more smart than you. They are more intelligent than you. So what happened? You feel insignificance. You are hungry now for confirmation. Nobody's telling you that congratulations, you are so good. You're always on top. So what happened? There is a feeling of insignificance. In other words, hungry for confirmation. So behind our facade of fame, behind we suffer from a kind of inner desolation and hollowness. We are on top, yes, we are on top, or the person is on top, but then time will come. You will also go down because as we are also experiencing aging, and some young people are getting more smart, more creative, more artistic, right? Okay. So this is fame versus insignificance. Okay, next is praise versus blame. Praise is acknowledgement. Example of praise. Wow, you're so good. You're so smart. Or sometimes we say, in school for young children, we normally say, good job. Let's say the kids behave properly, or um, they show a very good behavior, a very kind, or shall we say kind or compassionate behavior, or shall we say they behave properly. So we say, wow, good job. Okay. And then when they did something wrong, they are trying to blame others because blame is covering up our mistakes. Okay? Blame is cover up of our mistake or covering up our mistakes. Praise is acknowledgement. But there is never enough praise to satisfy us. Even if other people are keep on praising us, we are never free from the threat of being found wanting. Okay? Even if some people are very good, very smart, very intelligent, there are time wherein they are also committing mistakes, right? And then some of them they are trying to cover up their mistakes by blaming to other. Do you understand what I am trying to tell?
Yes,
Okay,
absolutely. Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, you read
So
you speak it in detail. Yeah, very well. Yes,
although we
and
struggle for
yes, in our daily life, we um also learn these things from different aspects. So, if we hope or seek fame, um, good jobs, to praise,
yes,
is related to the ignorance. So under the ignorance, we have good feelings. When we have good feelings, we'll have the greed, and it will cause suffering. We If we learned this times from time to times, then we'll know and greed is not the happiness, the cause of happiness. Yes, and thank you for your yes, for your expounding. We can understand it more. Yes, thank you.
you.
Because the language, yes, I my English is just so. Yes,
Oh,
because
actually,
you need,
well,
yes,
mm,
you need the power is out, so we can
oh,
allow
okay,
me
okay,
to communicate with you. Yeah,
okay.
thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes. Um, yeah, my English is not also good. I am just, I am
I'm
just
so
missing
shy.
some. No, you are also speak very well in English. You speak well. Don't worry, you speak well. I understand what you're saying. Okay. So yeah, thank you so much for your
Yeah,
sharing.
thank you.
So yeah. So although we struggle for perfection, we can never attain it. In the study of Buddhism, well, as far as my education in Buddhism, I just have very few um, few learnings about Buddhism because I studied Buddhism for 1 year only when I went to Sydney. So I think my knowledge is not yet enough. I mean, my knowledge about Buddhism is not yet enough. From what I understand, we can attain perfection, right? Because we keep on coming back to perfected, or shall we say, to go in the process of perfection. We keep on coming
Yeah.
back in this world so that we will attain samsara. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, samsara is different
Actually,
from.
you read it. You speak it very well. Yes, your your heart is gentle. Yes, we can feel it. Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
You tell me. Yes, you taught me. You taught us. We learned a lot every time. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to hear that. I'm very happy that at least I can contribute small knowledge from my learning because I was so lucky to get that scholarship. So I think it's also my responsibility to give back to other
We
people.
also too. Yes.
Yes. Uh, if the intention is good, blessings will always be there. I strongly believe that.
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so
Yeah.
yeah, although we struggle for perfection, we can never attain it. I mean, we cannot perfect because we are not perfect. But I learned in Buddhism that if we keep on improving ourselves, we will definitely grow. we will definitely attain perfection. Now, the slightest little mistake is all it takes to trigger our fear. In other words, we want to perfect ourselves. We want to perfect our thoughts, our actions, our words. We are very careful. But because we are very careful, we want to we want we want to lessen our mistake. So that's why every time we are afraid to commit mistake, right? We are always
Yes.
afraid to commit mistake because we want to live with the things that we learn, especially if the learnings we know that this learning are really good, and these these are not only good for us, and these are also good for others. That's the most important. If these are good for others, then it is really good.
Yes.
Okay, so that's
Yes.
why um um yeah, people are want to be praised, they want to feel that they are acknowledged, but then they are also very afraid they are very afraid of their actions, of their behavior, because they don't want to commit mistakes so that they cannot, because then when they commit mistake, sometimes they are forced to blame others. This is our problem. We are very careful
Yes.
with our actions because because of the fear. So that's why praise versus blame. Okay. Number four of the eight worldly concern is gain versus loss. Gain, of course, is profit, right? Loss is
Yes.
negative. So we invest in situations with high hopes, and the quality of hope is so seductive that we forget how easily situation can turn us on. This statement is just trying to say that sometimes the quality of hope is very, very high. I mean, we are convincing ourselves, okay, after this pain, well, definitely there will be happiness. So we just have to, if we will just, if we will just tell that after this pain, after this suffering, definitely there will be happiness, and we are not doing anything. We are not doing anything to improve or to get out of that suffering. I don't think hope will come out. I mean, I don't think change from good to bad will come out. When we hope,
Yes.
we need we need to do something also to get out of that difficult or stressful situation. So we have to understand that there is a gain in life, there is a gain, and there is a loss. Well, definitely
Yes.
we want more gain than loss, but we just have to balance. We just have to balance because there are also things that we cannot control,
Yes.
right? Yes, just
Yes.
like the natural, just like
Certainly.
what you are experiencing now in Darwin, the bad weather. Can we control that? It's nature. We cannot. So even if we don't want to
Yes.
lose the power or the electricity, we don't have control of that. Even if we don't want to lose the crops in the
Yes.
farm, we cannot control because, you know, there are things that we just have to accept that we don't have in control.
Yes.
So that's why we have to balance our actions, we have to balance our behavior, we have to balance our words. When we hope, we have to do our part also. that we need to do something. We need to act to be able to go, to be able to overcome that stressful or that difficult situation. So when we experience success, the bottom falls out and fear once again holds sway. So that's why there many people are saying, especially older people, they say that once you reach the top, there is no way to stay there. You need to
Yeah.
go down. Yes. Nobody remains in the same place for the rest of their life.
Yes.
Just like, yes, here in our country, we associate life is like a wheel. The wheel in the car, sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down. Sometimes you're successful, sometimes you're not successful. So,
Yes.
yeah, because there are some, that's why in the teaching of Buddhism, balance is the key, right? We just have to
Yes.
balance everything so that whatever the situation is, we can manage. In other words, we are flexible. Okay? We are
Yes.
flexible. We can manage. Okay. All
Yes.
right. Okay. So now let's talk about the 6 patterns of stress. So do you have any questions so far?
Um,
Any
no.
question or clarification? All right. So okay, so let's now move to the 6 patterns of stress. These are also called the 6 realms of being, the existence with samsara. So we have um, God realm or the Deva, the jealous God realm, the Asura. I don't know if you are familiar with this. I think so. Human realm is the Manusa. Animal realm is Tiryak. The hungry ghost realm is Preta. The hell realm is the Nakara. So all of this, they represent the experiential words, worlds we create out of ignorance and inhabit out of fear. Okay? So life in this world is
Yes.
struggling. We never truly get what we want. And if we get what we want, we will not remain there for the rest of our life. Okay? Right. So
Yeah.
um, let's dig deeper. In the Mahayana, they emphasize the 6 realms are symbolic of states of mind or modes of experience. According to Mahayana teachings, rebirth in each of these modes of existence is brought about by the predominance of a particular spiritual defilement or the klesa. So these 6 levels are depicted in the popular Tibetan Wheel of Life, Bhavakara. It's like this one, the picture. Have you seen this before?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Say it. Yes.
good. At least you have an idea about this. All right. So I just went back because according to that statement, um, for people, we are experiencing this, but it is depend on the person on which of this is very strong with them. I mean, let's say, let's say in my case or in my personality, maybe human realm or manusa is very strong. But maybe for others, just like you, maybe God realm is strong. For others, maybe hungry ghost realm is strong, and the others are weak. Okay, all right.
Yes.
So it is really depends on every person. Now, the 6 realm of existence with samsara. Each of the 6 realms has its own dominant preoccupation, its own pattern of hope, sphere and its own form of stress. So everybody, they have also their own stress. But even when we are caught in one of these realms, there are ways to break free from fixation. So in other words, as I said a while ago, we will not stay from one realm or from one situation for the rest of our life. Definitely we will move. But there is a big but here. We have to do something to change or to move. If we will not move, if we will not do something, well, maybe we will just stay there. No changes, right? Okay. So the God realm and the stress of perfectionism. Perfectionism. What is perfectionism? There are people who are very perfectionists. Have you met perfectionist people? These are the
Yeah.
people who are very smart, very not. They are knowledgeable. Yes, it's like
Yes.
they are always right. They are always correct. They are always superior. Perfectionism, a world of refinement. It is one of the spiritual bliss, material pleasure, and psychological satisfaction. The God realm is fueled by pride, joined with ignorance. When you finally have everything you ever wanted, you worry that might all be lost. Okay. So, according to this teaching, the God realm and the stress of perfectionism, because other people believe that you are very good, that you are like perfect, you are very afraid, or that status, that perception of other people towards you for being perfectionist or for being perfect is giving you stress. Why? Because you don't want to commit mistake. Because you are very careful. It is fueled by the God realm is fueled by pride. When we say fueled, it's like it is powered by pride. We know what is pride. You know what is pride? Pride is like,
Yes.
yeah, you don't want to accept that you committed mistakes. You don't want to go down. You want to remain wherever you are because you believe that you are different, that you are more smart, that you are more intelligent, that you have more power. So that's why it is said here that God realm is fueled by pride joined with ignorance. Let's face it, even if other people knows that you are the most smart, you are the most intelligent, you are also ignorance. I mean, there is a part of you. You don't know everything. You don't know everything for sure, right? I mean,
Yes.
yeah, when we will still commit mistake. Even if you believe to yourself that you are the most intelligent, even if other people believe that you are the most intelligent, you are the most smart, there are also things that you cannot do. Okay? So that is the God realm and the stress of perfectionist. All right, so it's already 9 o'clock. I think we just have to stop here. We will just continue next Friday. Is it okay?
Okay. Yes. We enjoyed you
So then,
speaking so much. Yes.
okay. Now I will go to the chat box. Good evening. Okay, everybody. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, say
Okay,
goodbye
so
to Dr. Rose.
thank you so much for this chance today. I hope we will see again next
Yes,
Friday, next week. Oh, so thank you so much. We will just continue next Friday. Okay?
yes,
Bye bye.
expect. Bye bye.
Be careful. Yeah, take care. Take care of the bad weather.
Yeah,
Bye bye.
you too. Take care. Bye bye.